Hey there, fellow gamer. I see that you're playing a video game on your computer, but why don't you stop playing that child's game and start playing a real man's game? How about you start playing Fortnite Battle Royale? Wait, hang on. What do you mean you stopped playing that game 2 years ago? Hey, are you watching this video? Lean in a little bit closely. I want to say something to you that's very important. Fortnite Battle Royale was one of the biggest games of all time. Absolutely mental revelation. It's mental, I know. It's Fortnite. I mean, it was everywhere a few years ago. It was on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. It was even in school classrooms, to appeal to the, I guess, hip and radical youth.
How do you do, fellow kids?
The thing is, though, as times moved forward and we've all gotten a little bit older, I'm sure that you've noticed, well, Fortnite, while still being pretty damn popular, you don't really see it as much anymore. Now, besides making the worst videos on YouTube, I am a Giga Gamer. So considering that I spend hours upon hours staring at a screen and typing funny things on my keyboard, when a new up-and-coming video game comes out, me and my friends, of course we're gonna have a look at it. It happened with Fall Guys, it happened with Among Us, but by far, the game that we spent the most time on was Fortnite Battle Royale. Now, don't get me wrong here, Fortnite, it's nowhere near a dead game. It's actually, quite far from it. But if I was to say to you that, Fortnite has not been on the decline a little bit over the past couple of years, I'd be lying to you. Before we get into this though, I do just want to say that, well, if you're enjoying what you're seeing right now, be sure to leave a like on this video and, subscribe. Also, follow me on Twitter and join my Discord. Alright, thank you. Now, just in case you somehow didn't hear me, I was whispering, so maybe you just didn't pick it up. Fortnite Battle Royale was one of the biggest games of all time. The thing with Fortnite, though, is that, well, it becoming one of the world's most popular games of all time, it could have easily not happened. Now, what I want you to do is pull out your history textbooks. I know this is a statutory interpretation textbook, but, just bear with me. It's time to delve into a little bit of past Fortnite lore. As I'm sure we all know, Fortnite, it's developed by a company called Epic Games. And Epic Games, they released Fortnite into the ether on the 21st of July, 2017. That's a really long time ago. Now, I don't really know why this is the case, but for some reason there's this strange little, misconception going around that before Fortnite, Epic Games they just weren't well known. And while, yes, they were less well known, have you ever heard of something called, I don't know, Gears of War? Or, here's one for you that you may not have heard. The Unreal Engine. Completely unknown company, though. I promise they're completely unknown. Moving back onto Fortnite, though, you see, the thing with Fortnite is that it wasn't always going to be a Battle Royale game. The original version of Fortnite, it was quite far from it, actually. Fortnite Save the World is a more cartoony survival game in a sea of overly edgy survival games. Now, considering that Fortnite Save the World was released in a world where Romero's Night of the Living Dead exists, of course there's gonna be zombies in it, because zombies, they're somewhat staple in a PvE game. Dying Light, any Call of Duty game by Treyarch, Plants vs. Zombies. So, in order for Fortnite Save the World to stand out from all of the other zombie survival games on the market, it had to do something a little bit different, because, you see, a cartoony game with somewhat okay shooting mechanics, it wasn't really going to stand out. But the thing with Fortnite Save the World, though, is that it's got the building mechanic, which is, power to Epic Games. That's pretty cool. There weren't really any zombie survival games with this type of mechanic on the market at the time, so Fortnite Save the World, it was quite unique. And, well, power to Epic Games, it did okay when it was released, Nothing revolutionary, but okay nonetheless. During the time that Fortnite Save the World was released though, so around 2017, there was another video game that was in the market that was, well, it was absolutely dominating. Now, I know this may be a little bit hard to believe, so, put your hands on your chair legs, like a brace for impact. But there was a time where Battle Royale games, they were quite niche. There was only really, going off the top of my head here, Minecraft Hunger Games. So at that time, there was quite a gap in the market. A gap in the market that was going to be filled by PUBG. So when PUBG was released into the world, it was a little breath of fresh air in a gaming market that was, well, it was a little bit stale at the time. So of course the devs at Fortnite decided that they wanted to get involved in this whole little Battle Royale thing. And well, just like that, Fortnite Battle Royale was released. Now, Fortnite Battle Royale, it takes the gunplay from Fortnite Save the World and the building mechanics, but instead of fighting, instead of fighting zombies, players are pitted to fight against each other in a battle to the death. Now, you could make the argument, oh wait, Fortnite Battle Royale and PUBG, they're both Battle Royale games, so they're similar. And while, yeah, I mean, they are both Battle Royale games, the thing with Fortnite though is that, well, firstly, it's got the building mechanic, and secondly, and this is probably the most important part, it's free! Basically meaning that, well, instead of having to fork over some of your shekels to play it, all you have to do is search up on the internet Fortnite Battle Royale and click download. And then you can play it. Now, considering that Fortnite was free to play, of course, Epic had to find some way to make their money back. So they decided to implement microtransactions into the game. Pretty understandable, because there were millions of people playing it after all. Firstly, they implemented the item store where players can buy cosmetics such as pickaxes and funny dances. And then there's the Battle Pass. Haven't seen one of those in a while now, have we? Now, I don't really think I have to go into much depth describing what a Battle Pass is. Buy Battle Pass. Play game. Earn rewards. Month after month, season after season, as Fortnite grew and developed, so too with the Battle Pass. It matched the themes of the seasons. But here's the thing. All of this is all well and good, but we've barely scratched the surface as to why Fortnite became so popular. 100%, I'm willing to go out on a whim here and say that one of the main reasons, if not the main reason, why Fortnite got so popular was because of YouTubers and because of streamers. It was a breakout game after all, so YouTubers and streamers, big and small, they were either going to stream it or make content off of it. Some good content, some not so good content, but content is content nonetheless. As Fortnite got massive, let me just say massive again for emphasis, so too did the content creators making content on the game. Perfect example of which is Tyler Ninja Fortnite Blevins. The f*** you say to me, you little... For a while, Ninja was regarded as one of the best Fortnite players in the world, meaning that when he was streaming the game, people would want to come and have a look at him playing to see his skills. And since he was so skilled and he grew a massive audience, he was soon regarded as one of the biggest streamers in the entire world. Testament to this is, well, for a while he held the record for the most concurrent viewers in a stream at one time. It was something like 600,000. In order to get 600,000 people, you may be wondering to yourself, well, what did Tyler Fortnite Ninja Blevins do? Well, Ninja, he played with the up-and-coming artist known as Drake.
Unknown, right?
Yeah. I played PUBG. Yeah, PUBG.
Yeah, PUBG, yeah.
Now, playing with Drake, this wasn't only good for the development of Fortnite, this was massive for the development of video games as a whole. You know how a few years ago, people who played video games and video games were labeled as, cringy? That's not the case anymore. Gaming as a whole, it's become more mainstream, and the whole stigma behind it is kind of vanished. And this is all thanks to the massive growth of Fortnite. Now, I know, trust me, I know, Ninja wasn't the only person to get big over Fortnite. You got guys like Tfue and Myth and all of those people. But in my opinion, out of all of these people, Ninja, he was the biggest. Because Fortnite got so massive, Epic was able to hold massive events. And Fortnite content on YouTube as a whole, it was pulling millions upon millions of views every single minute. There were dances, there were memes. Fortnite was taking over the world. But if you were to ask somebody about their opinion on Fortnite nowadays though, well, they may tell you something very different. Now, I don't know why this is the case, but when something gets popular, it becomes popular to, well, not really like that thing that much. To say that Fortnite went from loved to hated, well, I don't know, maybe that's a little bit too harsh, but you get what I mean. That's a little bit of an understatement. Lots of people, they thought the community surrounding Fortnite, they thought it was a little bit cringy because, well, let's face it, you know, the community around Fortnite, the majority of it, is filled with kids because Fortnite, it's a game that appeals to kids, mainly because of the cartoony art style. I also remember that when Epic Games used to tweet anything about Fortnite, the replies would just be filled with these really dumb V-Buck giveaway things that were obviously scams. And I'm pretty sure that that dampened the public image of Fortnite a little bit too. The community being labeled as cringy, while yeah, I'm sure that's going to do some bad for the game, it's not going to completely derail it because, I mean, League of Legends exists and League, well, it's League. The thing is, you know, as time goes on, you need to adapt your game a little bit to stay relevant in the massive gaming industry. And Epic Games, I don't really know what they were thinking, but in an attempt to add, you know, fun things in the game, Fortnite Battle Royale, it kind of suffered a mental identity crisis. Fortnite stayed a Battle Royale game at heart, but while developing, Epic Games decided to implement things like planes, giant mech suits, cosmic swords, the Avengers. Now, look, I don't have a massive problem with stuff like this being implemented into video games. I actually think it's pretty cool, but you need to do it properly. And Epic Games, well, in my opinion, I don't really think they did a good job of it. A good example of adding something into the game in the correct way was the whole Thanos thing that they did. The whole Thanos thing, it was really fun. I had a lot of fun playing it. But Epic, what they did was that instead of implementing it into the game as a whole, they put it into a separate event where, well, if you don't really feel like being clobbered by Thanos, all you have to do is just load up into a separate game mode and just play normal Fortnite. The thing with mechs, the thing with the sword, the thing with flying around, was that all of these things, instead of being implemented into the game in separate events, they were just thrown into the original sandbox. Meaning that if you've got giant mech suits running around and people with overpowered swords, it's gonna completely break the gameplay. There's a reason why the Infinity Blade was removed so quickly. It destroyed the gameplay. As I said a few seconds ago, instead of implementing these things in separate events like the Thanos thing, they were just thrown into the sandbox, meaning that if you didn't want to play with them, you couldn't just swap to a different game mode. You had to stop playing the game. And because all of these things were being thrown around into the gameplay, people, well, they started to get annoyed at Epic Games because they felt that they were completely destroying the core gameplay experience. Well, that, and Epic Games has got this weird habit of shifting the Fortnite meta around quite a bit. Hey kid, wanna play some Fortnite? Well, you're gonna have to learn how to double pump. Actually, no, sorry, you need to learn how to use SMGs effectively. Obviously, people, they would get annoyed with meta changes because they would spend weeks upon weeks learning some skills to get better at the game, and then all of a sudden, all of the things that you just spent time on, they're redundant because they've either been changed or nerfed. Because all of a sudden, there was some brand new meta, or some overpowered weapon that you had to use in order to stand a chance in the game. Like when Epic decided to grow a little bit of an SMG boner in 2018. But taking all of this, And moving it to one side, there's a reason why Fortnite was more fun to play when it first came out. It's because everybody was terrible at the game. Obviously, when a new video game gets released, everybody is gonna be really bad. Now, yeah, I know some people are still gonna be better than others, but the skill ceiling, it's still really low because intricate niche things about the gameplay, they haven't been discovered yet. If everyone is bad at a game, the gameplay experience is gonna be really fun. Because everybody's terrible. Just like you. As Fortnite continued to grow, people started to get better at the game. Pretty obviously, because if you play a game more, you're gonna get better at it. And since everybody was getting a lot better at Fortnite, it started to become a lot harder to have fun with the game. Because in every single match, you had to put on your gamer goggles and sweat your nuts off. Here's another thing about people getting better at the game. If everybody is better at the game, if new players want to come in, they're not going to enjoy the experience because they're not going to be able to play with people who are as bad as them. All that's going to happen is that they're going to load into a game, get absolutely destroyed by someone who can build a skyscraper in 2 seconds, and then uninstall the game. Take it from me! A guy who loaded into the game, got destroyed by someone who could build a skyscraper in 2 seconds, and then uninstalled the game. Now, there's a little bit of a debate around this next part, but some people seem to think that the only reason why Epic Games implemented the Playground mode was to help players get better. And while yes, Playground mode did help players get better, I'm pretty sure it's not the only reason why it was implemented. Nonetheless, if you have a creative mode in your video game, people are going to use it to get better at the game. It doesn't take a PhD Harvard professor to figure that one out. So instead of playing game after game after game after game and getting better game after game, if you really put your mind to it, you could become really good at Fortnite within a month. Meaning that, well, the already decently skilled player base, they were given a shot of bullshock testosterone. Now, you know how I waffled on a little bit about content creators and streamers a few minutes ago? They also apply here. As players get better, content creators have to try harder to make engaging content. And because of that, well, they're gonna get a little bit salty. On streams, some of these streamers would complain and say stuff along the lines of, "Oh, you know, Fortnite was so much better months ago," or things along those lines. These opinions, they would then get echoed by their fans. Some of these creators, they would just stop making Fortnite content altogether and move into another game. Some of them didn't even move on to another game. But all of these things, the weird meta changes, players getting better, it's not the main reason why Fortnite isn't as popular as it used to be. The main reason why Fortnite is nowhere near as popular as what it used to be is, well, because it got old. Games, they've got a shelf life. And if you really think about it, how many games of Fortnite can you play before you get bored? Because while the map may look different and while there may be new guns, at its heart, Fortnite is the same game. Be the last person standing. This isn't a problem that only Fortnite faces either. It happens with every single big breakout game. Among Us, Fall Guys, Valheim, that's a name I haven't heard in a while. They all got old because people, we all moved on to new things. And we started playing new games. And while, yes, I know that Fortnite is still really popular, I can't find the exact player numbers anywhere, but I'm pretty sure there's still quite a few 100,000 people that play it, so it's nowhere near dead. But to say that it hasn't been on the decline recently, that's just not true. Now is it? With all that being said though, do you still play Fortnite? You know, if you do, be sure to let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.